Hi, I'm Joey Snow. Welcome to Joey Snow's World. That's pretty cool, eh? So you're about to start your renovation project. You're sitting at home, you've laid out a whole bunch of stuff, and you have great ideas coming around. And now you're looking for the right candidate for your renovation project. It's kind of hard to find the best candidate because they're getting few and far between. But there's a lot of talented people out there. There's no doubt about it. You could actually buy my book, which I wrote on renovation construction issues. It's a good about $40. You get to know all the tips, the tricks, and stuff, what to look out for, things that people don't usually talk about, like product problem and how that's going to mess up your job in the future down the line. Where to buy things. There's solid advice in here and understanding a lot of things like electrical heating, for example, how to put your baseboard heaters in versus the convect air ones, and a lot of things that people don't talk about in here. The vapor barrier, which I'm dead against. I'm telling you, Canada should wipe this vapor barrier right off the face of the earth because it causes more problems than anything else. It's not even saving you money, it's costing you money. The new construction codes of Canada said it's mandatory to have an air exchange system in where because you're putting up vapor barrier walls, 6 millimeter plastic vapor barrier just before the gyprock goes up. Gives you an R factor, resistance factor, which is more insulated factor, let's say, of about 6.5, 7 points. But I would take it right off because they incorporated 10 years after they implemented that code, they incorporated the new mandatory air exchange system when you're doing the renovations because you're putting up the vapor barrier, which causes a whole bunch of problems. We won't get into that. Buy the book and you'll get it. I'll ship it to you. Uh, so that's enough about that. The difference between a regular handyman is somebody, a normal handyman, is dabbled in all trades. He's seen the pros do it. He's picked up his tips and tricks. He goes to YouTube. He checks out a lot of things. A great source of information, no doubt about it. And he's talented. These guys are just as talented as, let's say, a specialist in his own domain. Except these guys, there's probably more of them because they do a whole slew of stuff. His brain pan is wired to to do a lot of things compared to a specialist who does, a couple of things and he's focusing on one trade, which is all right. But there's a difference between a regular handyman that you call, he comes and put in your dishwasher, which is excellent. He comes and fixes your tabletop counter, does a door, or he even does some mild renovations and stuff. These guys are very knowledgeable with hinges and drawers and this, that, and the other thing. They can do a lot of good stuff. The first class handyman, which is the difference, the normal handyman, which people normally talk about, and a first class handyman, which is what I am, which is somebody who does all of the trades. There's certain licenses and all of those complications, but back in when I started, there was none. So that's where I accumulated all this knowledge. So the first class Jedi handyman, let's say, I love that term. He dabbles in painting, plastering, electrical, gyprock installation, cabinetry, tile setting, bricklaying, new foundations and footings, framing specialist from scratch, none of this prefabricated truss stuff, finishing carpentry, banisters, balusters, stairs or curves that go up, all kinds of complicated stuff, roofing, and renovations itself. So a first-class handyman, it should target between 36 and 50, 52 years old. That kind of age group is the guy who claims that he knows all this knowledge. That's the kind of first-class handyman that you got to look for. They're a rare breed. They don't exist out there anymore because of laws and stuff like that. But if you go between 36 and 50, depending on what province you're in the country or what part of the state you're in, different rules and regulations apply. He's the target for your renovation because why? He's got knowledge of every single aspect of the renovation. He knows how it's built. He's done it himself, which is critical. He's done the foundation. He's done the roof. He's done the parging. He's done stuccoing. He's done the plastering, the gyprock, the plumbing, and all that stuff at an expert level. So you know what to look out for, and whatever he doesn't know per se right on the spot, he finds that out very, very, very quickly, and he incorporates that in his renovation project. He's the best candidate for you to govern your renovation project and actually do your renovation project. So there's a big difference between the first class handyman and a normal handyman. Both of them are equally as important. The first year apprentice versus the third year apprentice versus a general contractor. Uh, these guys are great at what they do when they do that one special thing. And there's no doubt about it. They get very used to it and they make a lot of money doing all that stuff. That's really, really good. But they're not the candidates for your renovation and stuff. Make no mistake about this. A renovator or the renovation environment is an environment that is about 30 times more complicated than new construction. New construction is pretty much simple these days. I mean, the carpenters and the framers and the suspended slab construction guys are begging for more work, more complicated works than what they're delivering out there today. So it's kind of boring because of the repetition that they're doing. You know, every floor is the same as the next one when you're doing suspended slab. You're lucky if you do a 45-degree angle that day or build stairs or something. You know, it's just or a bridge that starts to get a little bit exciting. But it's not the most complicated environment. The most complicated environment are renovations. Renovations are just incredibly complex. It's more dangerous. You're working in confined spaces. You have electrical you got to worry about, plumbing, water you got to worry about, something falling on somebody's head. The customers are always right over your neck. They're consulting with you all the time. So it becomes a very, very strange, very complicated, very dangerous environment. You got designers. You've got changing of things, the works you've done for the day, for example. You know, you have a whole bunch of stuff. All that stuff I talk about inside the book. So you should just, call me up and I'll send you over a book and you'll get to know some of the things that you need to know about them. So stay tuned for more videos. I'm going to get some more up there as soon as I can. I have a different way of doing things compared to everything you've seen on YouTube. Like my toolboxes, for example, that are coming up. This is very exciting to me because they really incorporate the work environment. And I know the work environment very well. I was a grunt. I mean, I worked in the hardest environments under the most difficult conditions with dynamites and this and that, complicated glasses and fragile environments. You name it, I've done it and worked hard at it. So uh, now I want to make sure that these men that are working to get them home safe, and working how to make their work a lot more safer using their tools. And I'm designing a toolbox for them that you can just pick up and go, but a very special one. It's not a wooden toolbox. It's got metal. It's got epoxy resins. It's got lights. It's got everything on it that's suited for a very complex renovation environment. And these things could be used for other things. So there you go. There you have it. That's the difference between a regular renovation guy and a handyman and a first-class handyman. So stay tuned for more stuff. Thanks.